fact, this is a very good platform wherein, like, on every Sunday we have recitals. So how is the atmosphere over there? Ma'am, how is the atmosphere over there in England?
Sorry?
How is the atmosphere over there in England?
Yes, it's raining. Yes, it is raining. It started to get cold. That's why I pale now. I am pale because I feel cold.
So here it's a little bit warm. At some places we have patches of rain here and there. Like, it's a cool. Bangalore is a very cool place.
Okay. Yes, it's true.
Cool, then we'll just go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi, good evening, one and all. Welcome to another interesting, inquisitive, and inspiring Saturday session of my show, The Interview. Today, hosted by Laxman Rao and presented by Fertile Brains Prasanna Kumar. Today, we have our guest, Elena Vargas from UK. So, good evening. Thanks for coming on to my show, ma'am. It's an honor and privilege to have you on my show. Here you go.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, say something.
Hi. Good evening, dear Laxman. Thank you for having me. This is an honor to be in your program, and delight to be with you and also with all the viewers. Hopefully, our interview will be precious and productive.
Cool, ma'am. We'll try to make it most happening thing. Not an issue on that part. Well then, we welcome you onto our show. Before going on to our show, like, I'll just read out a short bio of yours, and from there on we'll start up the session. Cool. Here it goes. Elena Vargas is a Peruvian Spanish British writer and a visual artist. She has published El Prisma de Mis Versos in 2014, Cartas El Viento in 2022, Esbozo Geopoetica and PAX in 2024. She has co-authored and digital version Prisma in 2023 and Echoes de Paz in 2023. She has participated in national and international magazines and anthologies. She has won first place for best poem in English through World Academy of Art and Culture, that is in the WCP in Taiwan 2015. She is a visual artist, digital designer, a photographist, jewelry designer, and a sculpturist too. She is a multifaceted personality drawn into one figure. She has exhibited in Peru, Uruguay, Mongolia, and Brazil. She has organized international festivals and conferences on literature and cultural for peace. She directs the House of Poets UK as a cultural ambassador. So there are many honors and accolades that she is a part of literary family and our poetic tribe. So let's welcome Elena Vargas from UK.
Thank you very much, Laxman.
Cool, man. That's nice to know you as a person, and we'll get into your poetic journey through our session.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. We are here I am here to answer all your questions and for the viewers to know a little bit about my art, my poetry, and as a person also.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cool, man. I'm just going ahead. Like, how do you feel being a poet and while writing poetry? What do you feel?
How I feel? I feel also. Okay. I mean, I feel like it's a privilege to be able to own this talent. Okay. And with the creativity, this is something like only, a person with feelings and emotions can describe what is everything condensated in words.
Cool. That's nice, man. That's nice. But
Thank you.
but having said that, there is that curious factor that drives you, that takes you to the next level to write something that makes you sit and write. That's the passion that drives you to write poetry. That's what I feel. Is it not?
My passion, I think, is poetry, literature, and
Yeah.
also my painting, my drawing,
Yeah.
my photography. Everything is connected. It is like, for me, it is the symbiosis.
Symbiosis. It's a confluence
Exactly.
of cosmic culture that happens with you.
Yes, definitely. I
Yeah.
think
when
so.
you are a painter and when you are a poet, when you are a sculpturist, you know, like there are many facets to your personality. Yeah. So how did poetry happen to you, man? What brought you into poetry?
Poetry came to me. Actually, I came to poetry. As I
You
said,
came
it's
to poetry. Oh,
in
that's nice.
both of us is symbiosis. Uh,
Okay.
it is like, having my paintings, my drawing, my photography around me is
Okay.
like they are talking to me and saying, "Oh, come
Wow.
on, look at us. There is a story behind us, and
Yeah.
you are the only person that knows. So please write it down and
Wow.
tell what it is, because you are the only one that knows."
No.
So,
Yeah. That's
and this is
fine way
what
of saying.
I give a voice to all of them. Most of them, I have to tell you, I think if our viewers are poets and um, artists, they will feel the same.
True.
There
True.
is
True.
many stories behind one image.
True.
Uh,
That's a fine way of saying it across, man.
Yes, yes, that was the beginning. That voice that was there in my head, that telling me to do something else with my work, my artistic work. So when I put words, they become, you know, um, poetry, and without knowing that I will be able to write and produce a book in 2014, thanks to my uncle that he believes in me, and he encouraged me. He was my mentor. I
And
said he was because he died during the pandemic time.
true. That's nice, man. So how did this Japanese form attract you rather than the free verse or any other particular form of poetry? How did haiku happen to you?
A haikuist poetry happened to me. There is a short story about that. I was
Okay.
in Peru in 2014. I remember very clear, with my new poetry book called El Prisma de mis Versos.
Okay.
And if I translate it, the title will be the prince of all my poetry or my verse, no?
Okay.
And I was invited to a kind of tertulia, or means a party, with my fellows, new fellows, and I was there, new, scary, emotional, as amateur. I feel it was just amateur with my first book. It was produced by my uncle, Pepe Vargas. So somebody in that meeting, in that party, introduced to me, and he gifted me with a book, with his book. He was Pedro Manay Science.
Okay.
And he started to talk about poetry, to haiku. And
Okay.
to tell you the true, Laxman, I didn't know
Okay.
what he was talking about.
Okay.
I was, said, what? They said to me that I a poet, and I don't know what means haiku. I was so embarrassed myself, and I
Okay.
just realized that I don't know anything. about
the haiku
this
form.
style, this Japanese style. So he started to explain me what it's all about, the metric and the syllables.
Syllables, the
and
sounds.
yes, and exactly. And I said, what is that? It's so interesting. I have to find out. So that was in 2014. So to produce this book is called Pax. This book was edited and published in 2014. Means I have to wait for 10 years.
Wow.
To,
So waited 10 years to bring
to
out
learn what is haiku. What with this philosophy, Japanese philosophy, the most beautiful, style of poetry. So took me 10 years to understand and then to write this book that I am very proud. And I think this is a productive book that it is in the hands of many children, students in secondary school, university, and institute from education. So this is the work of 10 years.
That's great, ma'am. That's awesome to know. Ma'am, well, PAX, what do you mean by PAX? And how do you resonate your personality with that of the word PAX?
Pax.
PAX, okay.
Latin means peace.
Peace, okay. PAX means peace in Spanish. Okay.
Paz.
That's nice.
Spanish, Pax, Latin,
okay.
And peace,
English.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's nice to know, like to bring out a piece in 3 different forms of 3 different languages altogether. Yes. That's nice.
Yes,
That's
because
nice.
you see Latin, the title is Latin. This is, you see could you see
the Japanese? Yeah.
The image that means well, my name. And the editorial is also Dedo Crítico from Lima, that belongs to Rodolfo Loyola, who is part of my team of editors, together with Pedro Manay. And well, they were in charge of this book.
Oh, that's nice too. That's nice too. Good. Well, entering into the book, ma'am. We'll just enter into the book to explore what haiku is all about and what sort of haikus you have brought into that PAX. Okay, so I just got it translated from Spanish to English so that our readers can connect to your poems, to your haiku. And here we go with some of your haikus. There's one haiku of yours.
You surprised me that you translated, like, because this is not easy to translate.
I just thought of
special poetry and special haiku.
Yeah. So I just thought of taking out the gist out of it and construct the poem here in a small form. There's one of your haiku. It says like, in the silence, everything seems still except you. That's a beautiful way of putting it across.
Yes.
Just because it's a condensation of a thought. Because haiku, it all depends upon how we condense a thought, how we frame the structure into the syllables. So that matters a lot. I loved the haiku here. In the silence, everything seems still except you. Because it's a very deep thought. Put it in a very subtle way, the love and the longing of a person who is visible to you, and the person as in a thought keeps moving in your mind. Is it not? So that's something awesome haiku. So as to start with.
Can I say something about this beautiful haiku that is my favorite? Thank you for mentioning that, Laxman. It's amazing. This is one of my favorite because, when I was watching a movie, I have to tell you, I normally write poetry when I watch a movie, when I listen to the music, when I cooking, and when I in a party, when I talking with my friends, or in a park and walking. The ideas come immediately with just a sound, with a small sound or a color, or even you know, a laugh of a person. And so
rather you being alone.
I was watching a movie, and suddenly this movie is called Goyo. I recommend it to everybody.
Which is that movie?
Netflix, yeah. And Goyo is the movie. So the guy that was fall in love with the girl, he was follow her to the subway, and he didn't approach to her from far away. He saw her there standing, and suddenly everybody disappeared except her. And she was there. And I said, oh my gosh, this is just what I wanted to show to people, that when a person is so important to us, the rest doesn't exist, isn't it?
True.
It's like, you know, it is just this person, unique.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, going ahead with another IQ of yours, as I said, like IQ is too much of a condensation of a thought. How does that thought process happen to you? How does that work happens to you? In the sense, like you need to keep on counting the syllables, or else you need to grasp the concept or a thought, an idea. You need to frame. So, how does that entire process happen with you?
And this process, I think, depends. Sometimes comes the concept, sometimes the theme. It doesn't matter, no. The important thing is you get addictive, as you in one in one of the ideas. People sometimes get addictive. I addicted to haiku. Obviously.
You get addicted.
Because I sometimes I find myself when I am cooking or with my friends that I counting, or even when I with a glass of wine, I was just moving my finger, counting the syllables. I say,
the syllables,
exactly. And then the idea came sometimes from a music, sometimes from nature. And in this case, I have to tell you, because we are talking about concepts, I believe this haiku poetry is partial classic and with modern. Why? Because I included elements like not only nature or the higo. Higo is the elements that show, for example, to identify a season, no, of the year. You mention, for example, autumn, you will mention pumpkins, yeah, and because this is the season of the pumpkins, you know. So
that's very well said.
When I not only I mention the higo, no, the image of the season, but also I include romantic concepts. Exact elements, you know, so that is not considered in the classic haiku. So, but I think it works because thanks to that, the students and people, they asked me to produce a second book of haiku, just with romantic haiku.
Cool, that's nice, man. That's very much necessary, I believe so. There's one haiku wherein you said this, like, listen to the echo of only 3 words, love, light, and peace. Listen to the echo of only 3 words, love, light, and peace. It's very well structured, very well framed, very well said, very well versed, I can say that. So going ahead, man, like haiku oftenly emphasizes themes related to nature or that of changing seasons. How do you see haiku being portrayed from person's point of view? The reason is like when you bring out your personality, when you bring out your person in contrast with that of nature, how do you portray haiku in your thought process?
it's a state of you become in limbo because
Okay.
yes, I said that, you know why? Because it is not what you see, it's what
What
you
you sense
feel.
and feel.
Exactly. You know, sometimes like the camera can see things that you don't see is in a room that you can see, oh my God, this is just, there is nothing nice in
Mm.
this room, in this area, but sadly the camera catch it, you know. It is like that when you meditate, when you release all your emotions and you free of all this negative energy, you have to empty. That's why it is important to open your hands and liberate it for all this bad energy, so you are free of that, so your mind is concentrate full concentrated to other elements that
Yeah.
normally you don't see.
So what you mean to say is like creativity unfolds the emotional baggage of yours.
Uh, creativity, imagination is important,
Yeah.
but I believe over that experience. You need experience to develop all this
Yeah.
imagination and creativity, because it goes intertwining between all of them. You cannot separate it.
Yeah. Cool. Because it's a confluence of every thoughts, like how we evolve on a day-to-day basis and how we construct and frame the sentences or the verses. Like it's a gradual process, you mean to say. Poetry is a gradual process as we evolve, right? This is what you mean to say.
Yes,
Perfect. Perfect.
it's, it's, it's a process that they take you some time. You um, because it's not easy. For me, it's
Yeah,
a
it's not easy.
challenge. It is a big challenge to
Yeah,
write
true.
high.
I not only haiku, like for any other form for that matter, like take sonnets, limerick, senryu, tanka, any form for that matter, that needs a little bit of practice, like so as to have hold on it, to have grip on it, you need to have certain practice as you have hold. I do agree and accept that.
Definitely practice.
Yeah,
You have to practice every
yeah,
time. You practice, you practice, you practice, and you become more confident.
yeah. Until unless you don't get a sense of a feeling that your perfection is certain pattern, certain form of poetry. Until unless you don't feel that perfection in you, you need to keep on practicing.
Yes,
Yeah, cool.
but
That's
with
nice. That's nice way of putting it across. Ma'am, well, going ahead, ma'am, like, do you first figure out the concept of the theme or the concept figures out the haiku? How does this happen? First, you figure out the concept, or the haiku figures out the concept.
it is doesn't matter
It
because
doesn't. Okay, either way,
it
either way it happens.
happened. It happened like you open and closing your eyes,
Yeah,
and suddenly you
we
just
have the
like,
thunder and the lightning and
yes,
the rain showers.
yeah. It's difficult to explain, you know.
Yeah,
When you
true.
create a piece of art, when you paint, you suddenly you see something there. It's like your mind is the brush, and your colors are the emotions. So you
Yeah,
just believe you want red because you are
yeah.
strong, you have passion, you know. You want blue because you are calm, you are confident. It is
Now,
like that, you know,
the-
metaphorically. I
yeah,
explained to
cool.
you.
I understand. I understand. Here I am trying to see like the painter is coming out of you,
Yes,
and now the poet has gone. The painter is coming to the fore.
exactly. Yeah, because you are a haikuist
Yeah.
poet, you
Okay.
understand me. This the process, you know, the
Yeah.
process how it works.
Yeah. So, say something about your paintings that you have done. Like, what sort of paintings that you do? Like, either it's a nature or it's like a human abstract paintings, or like what sort of paintings do you?
Well, I've been painting not that long.
Okay.
I was not confident. I wasn't confident about my paintings,
Okay.
drawings, or my photography, but likely from the last years, I developed a little bit more. But as you said,
Okay.
practice is important. So yes, for example, if I show you some of my drawings here from packs.
Yeah.
You will see this one.
Okay. That's been drawn by you?
Yes, by
Oh,
myself.
that's great. That's great.
This is
It's a pencil sketch, huh?
Charcoal.
Charcoal sketch. Okay.
Yes, charcoal sketch with a little bit of ink. Yeah.
Cool. That's nice.
So
That's nice.
I try to, with all the respect to the Japanese culture, to produce. You see a couple of Japanese.
Yeah, true. I can see their attire, the dress
Under
code. Yeah.
sakuras,
That's very much visible over there. Although it's in a charcoal portrait, like we can find out like they are Japanese.
Yes, exactly. But also I use oils on
So
canvas.
even this Japanese, like they go
Oh,
for this.
Ikigai! I got this book. Yes, I love it.
Okay.
I got it in Amazon.
So you and your book has the same resemblance,
Oh,
a certain resemblance, right?
well, I designed it, and how you see, and
Yeah.
this is the same couple of Japanese.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly. And you will see if you open both covers.
Yeah,
The
but
mirror
here,
is
it's a different thing.
it is different, and also the color. The color is more.
Color, yeah, the color scheme.
This is a
Great.
Tiffany color.
Yeah, cool. That's
And the
nice.
other one is kind of bluish. Yes, yeah, more bluish.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
So we will just enter into the next segment. So what does Zen poetry mean to you, literally, professionally, spiritually, personally? Because haiku, it's a form of Zen poetry. It philosophizes uh, from the Buddhism culture tradition. It comes from that root. So what does that connects to you, like personal, like professionally, spiritually, and literally?
Well, poetry is one of the paradigmatic form of art.
Yeah.
Philosophers have influenced poets and artists. We can notice that most of philosophers were poets, and also haiku is poets.
Yeah.
The value of reading and writing poetry in terms of how this experience can enhance our understanding of ourselves and contribute to our sense of moral progress, and with the ideas of shared emotions, because it is about emotions. This is the reason why we should teach poetry to children, and the reason for teaching poetry extend to other art forms. When I found philosophy with the greatest philosophers, it seems like the perfect match. For me, it's the perfect match.
Right. Okay.
This had a profound effect on me and in my personal life. I can feel that poetry rescued me, and it helped me to found myself. It sparked reflector on the nature of truth and knowledge, and the need to question, analyze, and evaluate for oneself as a way of protecting oneself from manipulation, deception, and corruption. For me, philosophy represent freedom in thinking. Philosophy offers a way through and a way out of bad thinking.
Cool.
Uh,
That's your approach, that's your perspective,
this is
that's
my
your prescience of philosophy. That's very well said, ma'am. That's very well said.
here.
Well said there. Cool, ma'am. Going to your next question, so before going to your next question, I would like to read out some of your lines for the viewers here. There are some of the lines here. May your love enter the abandoned arts. That's an haiku that has been compressed from Spanish, translated from Spanish to English. So I have compressed and condensed it in a form here. It says like this: May your love enter the abandoned arts. There's another haiku. It says, the swallows carry letters of love. Open your doors. That's a very much a poetic way of saying, and it has a deep philosophy in it. Uh, at times, like we need to read the poetry so as to feel it and sense it and own it. So that's when you touch a poet's art. That's what I feel. So, ma'am, going ahead, how much of your personal life do you bring into your poetry?
Everything.
How much of your personal life do you bring into your poetry?
Everything.
Everything.
I
Okay.
believe.
Okay.
I believe the poets and artists,
Okay.
they have to say that
You have to say.
everything that they
Yeah.
produce have to be with our personal view, our
Okay.
emotions, our
Thoughts,
understanding
ideas,
of life, our experience
experiences.
from past lives of this life, or for from traumas, from where else? From happiness, and from every
Happiness, joy, grief.
possible disconnect a person, an artist, a writer from their own emotions and to put in on a paper and also in a piece of art. Nobody can say that is not true.
True. Yeah.
You can use fiction,
Yeah. You can't
also
dramatize it much.
exactly like the movies, like also in the true stories.
Yeah.
You will see there is also a true story plus fiction.
Cool.
Yeah.
See, that's what like the poet instinct is such that like it's very much lively. He can't deceive himself. His conscience comes to the fore and he tries to portray his feelings or emotions, ideas and thoughts, whatever it is on the paper, just like that.
Yeah.
Is it not? So he relieves himself by expressing his own thoughts, his own personal life. So that's how cool, ma'am. That's nice to go.
Yes,
So,
that's
well,
I
ma'am,
think that we have to liberate our feelings, our
feelings,
emotions.
liberate our own self.
Laxman, when you write, you liberate that emotion or you hold it back?
You liberate it. You relieve from
Yes,
it. Is
you
it?
have it. Yeah. Because you are also the feelings of other people, what you can feel, you can try to put, like how many other painters, no? Picasso, Dali, and how many others, they are just holding in something that they believe and they feel.
So once they enter into that creative zone, they relieve everything. Like they express and they relieve from that baggage that they carry on. Very well said, ma'am. Very well said. Like, can you recite any of your outstanding haiku lines for us?
In Spanish, because I got something special
Either
for you.
way, either Spanish or English.
All
Your
right,
wish.
let's go first with the Spanish, please.
Cool.
All right. Should I open like by chance like that? Okay. Me? Oh,
Your
wow.
call.
Luchemos juntos pidiendo libertad de inocentes. I will make quickly the
In
translation
English.
of the
Translate.
sense, we fight together asking for freedom, for the innocent.
Mhm. Nice, nice.
Another one?
Because haikus, they are very much interpretive.
Yes.
So we need to interpret between the lines, like the juxtaposition, like what exactly it means to say, you mean to say. So it has a logical thinking over there. It's not like a free verse where like you just go randomly. Okay, it has a logical thinking. We need to apply a logical thinking to it.
Because the concept of minimalist simplicity
Yeah,
has applied in that, and there is no word that is you just can take it, and
yeah,
there is no metaphors and
yeah,
just image, and you see there is no rhyme. So what
yeah,
it is what you can interpret, and other
yeah.
people also different interpretation could be the same, like the author, or different. So many can they can say, oh yes, exactly what you are thinking, I was thinking. Could be, but could be
Yes.
different. Yeah.
So I believe like I sent you an haiku on poetry itself. It says like a poem is a prism. A poem is a prism which differs from every point of view, colors you. So you got that haiku, right? A poem is a prism which differs from every point of view, colors you. In the sense like I'm talking about a colors you. Color has different shades. Okay, so even a prism has different shades altogether. So is poetry. So that is what I mean to say. So I
Yes,
have condensed it in a haiku so
exactly.
that you can connect to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As it's different shades of
yeah,
colors,
yeah,
different shades of emotions
yeah.
and feelings.
Cool, ma'am. Ma'am, when coming to this haiku, the original founder of haiku was Japanese writer Masaoki Shiki, who started writing haikus at the end of 19th century. He was the master or the father figure of writing haikus, Masaoki Shiki. So, do you remember any lines of his?
Uh, I have to tell you, I am no good
Yeah,
with my own haiku,
haiku. Okay.
but I can. The Matsubasho, this is the
Okay.
father of haiku.
Haiku.
Is a master. He mastered haiku
Yeah,
in the century 17th century. Yeah.
yeah.
So what I remember is the most famous haiku. They say a frog. Uh, a frog in the pond,
One. Yeah. I heard that. I heard
jump,
that.
jump, and splash.
Splash.
And that's the sound of this, the water,
Yeah.
and you just image a picture, a frog, and a pond, and the splash of the water.
Splash of water.
Exactly. That's so
Yeah.
cool, isn't it?
Yeah. I heard of this. I have read this book. I read this thing.
Yes.
But yeah,
And there are also Josha, let me remember, Josha Buson,
yeah, yes, Abhishek.
Ita Shiki. Oh, sorry. Hopefully,
Yeah.
there is nobody that is.
And there's another beauty of it, like there are poets who write a series of haikus.
Yes,
Haikus series, they go in a series form as well. Not only
yes.
like one or two in a different perspective, they go in a series. If
Oh,
they
yes,
take, yeah,
exactly what I did. Sorry to interrupt you. This is a series of, I think this is what you are talking about. Let me show you. This is my
yeah,
bio poetic,
that's nice.
because this is a series of 10 haiku. Here you have 5. Oh,
Yeah, once we catch hold of that rhyme and rhythm of that
and,
mood of the thought, so
the
we
other
just
5.
flows. It just flows. Yeah,
And this is connected, but
yeah,
each of them
connected. Yeah, true.
is a haiku, but
It
it's
happens. It
connected
happens.
and it's telling to the readers that what is me. This is me, more personally, less than what I study, what is my grade. So etc., etc.
Cool, man. So thanks for giving me this book at the World Congress of Poets.
Oh,
So this is a
yeah.
surprise for you.
Oh, my pleasure. That's my Cartas al Viento. That is
Yeah.
one of my little precious
Which I kept it.
collection.
Cool.
Have to this is a collection. This is the second one because the first
Okay.
one is
Okay.
here with me.
Okay. So the
Can you
first
see?
one. Okay.
This is
This is
has
the second one.
16 pages.
Cool.
And that one, I believe, has 19 pages.
19
All
pages.
went down. And
Okay.
we already, this is the first one. You have the second one, but already we have 6 books of this one.
Cool. That's nice. Ma'am, we are coming at the fag end of this show. Like, I read your poetry, haiku, and this is what the outstanding lines for me. I'll just read it out for you and for the readers out there. Here it goes. I feel it this way. It is not of, it is not a lack of peace. It is of love. Very well described, very well put in words like, I feel it this way. It is not lack of peace. It is of love. So that summarizes everything, the whole of you, I mean to say.
You know why? Can I say something very,
Cool,
very
go
short?
ahead.
You know, this is my, well, I cannot number in my haiku because all of are my favorite, but this is one of my favorites, you know, because we are talking about about love, but not this love between two people. I'm talking about the universal love
love. Yeah.
that is huge. This is massive, like the bomb, atomic bomb. And you know why? Because when we are talking about packs, I just realized when I wrote that haiku, that packs is a piece, is a fragment of universal love. So love.
How did you feel like when I picked up this haiku? How did you feel like?
Exactly. Definitely. You know, it is like that. It's everything condensed in one word, love. But people don't know.
That's nice.
They don't understand this small word. And
that's a warm feeling.
Exactly. And that's why when people talking about peace, we declare peace. I declare word peace. But at the end, why is no where is no
Is that
peace?
we don't have peace?
Exactly. Why there is no peace? You know
Just
why?
because we don't have love.
Because we don't understand love. Simple like that.
That's nice, man. Wonderful to know you as a person and as a poet and as an haiku poet. You know, like that matters a lot. So,
Yes.
at the conclusion, like, what do you want to say about the show, man?
I'm sorry. I was concentrating in the last haiku.
So,
Say it again, please.
so coming to the fag end, like, what do you want to say about this show?
First of all, Laxman, my dear friend.
Thank you.
I met you in our the last Congress, WCP Congress, because the last WCP Congress was in Mexico that I couldn't go.
Okay.
Personal reasons. But we met, the previous one was in India, in Madurai. That was amazing Congress, like all of them. And I have the privilege to meet you. And in reality, I appreciate what you are doing. I understand what you are doing because in pandemic time, I was doing these kind of things, you know, interviewing people, artists, talking about nature, talking about diversity, food, education, organ donations, and what
this is to
else?
promote the poets.
Exactly. So you are concentrating one subject. It is poetry. Congratulations, my dear, because we need more people like you to talk about poetry. And as I said, we need to read, we need to write poetry, we need to teach our children.
Yeah.
That's why the neuroscientist says.
Cool, man. So thanks for being on our show, and making your gracious presence and felt you. Thanks a lot for coming on to our show once again.
and to
Welcome.
all the viewers for being with us. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.